Hello again and welcome to another Photography Lockdown Creative Challenge. Photography Lockdown Challenges are what it says on the tin. They are designed to help you grow your creativity. There are a series of themes and little tutorial videos, of which this is one. You can then enter a challenge competition. We do feedback sessions live on YouTube, and winners and runners-up of our challenges can win places on some of my online courses. My name is Mike Browne, if you don't know me. I've been a trainer and photographer working all over the world for world-class organisations and individuals alike since round about 2011. So what are we going to do this week? The challenge theme this week is, I've got to read it because I wrote it down, follow the light. That is our theme. How could you interpret follow the light? There are many ways you could do it. In this little video I'm just going to explore one type of light, and that is backlight. Backlight is an amazing tool for creating dramatic images. Many of these images on my screensaver at the moment are backlit. When you have shadows coming towards, it is a very powerful way of doing it. But you don't have to do that. When we come back at the end, I'm going to have a quick go through the images and show you some more images which I think may give you some more interesting ideas, ways you can interpret that theme, follow the light. If you're confused by any of the technical terminology, any of the camera talk that goes on in this, please come and have a look at my Ultimate Beginners course, which is one of the worst named courses in the world because it is not for beginners. It is everything you need to know about the camera end of photography, composition and light. It's all you need, it's all in one place. It's got a 100% refund guarantee, and if you'd like to try a sample or just buy it and get stuck in, because I'll give you your money back if it doesn't work, again, click the little thing popping out up here. So this week's hashtag is PLDLight. It's appearing on the screen right now. Please remember to use that hashtag when you upload your images to the relevant album within the Facebook group. Let's go have a look at three little ways in which you could use backlight, and I'll see you back here at the end where we're going to have a look at some other ways in which you could interpret this theme. Let's go for the obvious first. The silhouette. We've got Steph here down by the water, but look at the water. This could work really well because look at the colour of the water and the colour of the sky, and we've got the sun up here. So I'm thinking Steph as a silhouette, but also I think that sky and that sea, they're going to merge together because we've got a lovely flat calm sea. Let's have a little go at this. Now you guys know how I love to shoot into the sun. I probably could do with a wider lens. I've got my 18mm on. I'm going to video and show you. Oops, I've knocked my ISO. I didn't mean to do that. There we are. Let me show you what I'm thinking. Oh, that's really cool. Get it in focus and roll that. Look. So we've got sun up here. We've got Steph down here. Always a good clue when you want to put the sun behind someone is where their shadow is. Now, using an EVF mirrorless camera, it is much easier than with a DSLR. If you're going to do this with a DSLR, I strongly recommend use the LCD in the back. You see, that's quite nice, and look, it looks to me like it's absolutely disappearing, isn't it? Sea and sky emerging, and I quite like that. It's a bit of a strange... Steph, try turning more square on to me, please. Turn your back to me and go out to sea, but keep your feet well planted. Because that's better, isn't it? Doesn't that look so much nicer than when Steph was kind of at an angle? Now, I know you may not have a Steph, and you know, not everyone's got access to a professional model, but I'm sure you can find someone or something to make a silhouette out of. Right, what's our shot going to be? I'm thinking small aperture, because that will allow, if we're going to get a starburst, we might get a little bit of starburst. There's a lot of haze in the sky, so I don't know that it'll work. I've got my lens at 18mm, a wide angle going on. F22 is giving me 500th of a second because I want that silhouette. I don't want detail, and you've seen how I was thinking of framing this. I'm putting both Steph and the sun pretty close to the middle, Steph down fairly low. Kind of like that, that's nice. You see this little gap between Steph's arms and her body, which is letting the light through, which is nice. Steph, just kind of bring your elbows in a bit, because I just want to lose those gaps a bit and see what it looks like, because creative photography is all about trying things. Does it look better with the gap or without? One more please, Steph. Just a little tiny bit of light gap between your arms and your body. Right arm out a touch more, please. A bit too much. There. Perfect. I like the one with just a very small amount of arm gap. Thank you, Steph. That's the obvious backlight, isn't it? And it makes a pretty nice shot. There's no question about that. Let's go and have a look at another one. How do we create a halo? Steph, let's go and find a shadow for you. Come on, let's have a look. Joe, keep up. Viewers, keep up. Steph's already in position and I'm running because the light's going to change. Light waits for no man. We've got the sun up here. It's coming this way. It's hitting behind Steph. Can you see there's a highlight in her hair here and here? It's putting a little bit of a rim light. There's almost a touch of light on her shoulder, and we'll turn her in a minute and you can see how that comes out. Steph chose the green because it complements the red of her hair. Good choice. Let's have a little go at this. Now what I really want is a very hard edge shadow. If you look at these shadows on the ground, look at, here we go on the grass, look at my leg here, this shadow going on. That's quite a hard edge shadow. That's what I'm looking for, because that is what is going to make that rim light stand out. Backlight, I'm going to use a long lens. Why? Because there's lots going on around Steph. I want a narrow field of view. So I've got the long lens on and I'm on full blast 200 and something millimeters. I can't see what it is. And do you know what? It doesn't matter what it is. Is it the length that gives you the shot you want? That is the only question you have to answer. Now from here, I think I'm too far away. Look, watch. Let's just roll that piece of video, right? I think I'm a bit too far away. Let's go a bit closer. But look, the long lens is isolating Steph from all that stuff that's going on around her. If I shorten it, you see that doesn't work, does it? We don't want that bright bit in there. We just want some Steph. How are we going to compose it? I'm going to put Steph kind of on the edge, looking out of the frame. It's an edgy shot, but I don't want that corner of the beach hut there. So, a little bit closer. Notice I'm moving me. I'm not changing the focal length. And we're backlighting. Let's get my camera in focus. I kind of like that. I think it looked really cool in black and white. We will do a little test and see. This is creative stuff, you know, guys. That's all there is to it. Now look, if I have my camera level, look at the lines in the background. I don't like the fact the lines are wonky, so I'm going to line my camera up with the lines a little more. We've got that great backlight on Steph. Look, you see how it's coming around her shoulder and in her hair. Steph, please can you turn your shoulders towards me a bit more? Just move your whole body round. I want to see if I can get a bit of light onto your other shoulder. A little bit more, please. There. Now we've got light on both Steph's shoulders, and the light is fading, so I must be quick. A little bit more of a turn, please, Steph. There. That's cool. It's not the... That's okay. Look at that. Look over your left shoulder, please. Look that way. There we go. Just give it the angry, moody Steph stare, which you are so good at. Hang on, I'm trying to get you in focus. I've got in the wrong focus mode or something. There we go. You see that beautiful light on Steph's face? Because the light is from behind her. She's in her own shadow. Backlight, it is the photographer's friend. Backlight. It really is your friend. If you're shooting something that's semi-translucent, it just brings it to life. That could be glass. It could be something through tracing paper. A leaf perhaps, because leaves have got this beautiful delicate structure which we don't get to see so well when they are front lit. Look, little photo idea behind me. Look, we've got that lovely dark water going on. It's a beautiful colour. It's going to work very, very well against this leaf. The light is coming over my shoulder, so the leaf will be front lit. If I kind of get myself lined up with a shot, use an autofocus mode. I've got my lens, the focal length kind of longish, so I don't, you know, get too much rubbish going on either side, because I don't really want to include the banks. I can just about do this if I stretch, and I'm very careful with the composition. Move that around a bit until we find it, and there you go. Look at those beautiful colours. They're lovely, aren't they? But let's just turn around the other way. Let's put the light coming through behind and put the leaf against the water that's in this dock down this side. So again, we're just going to hold it, same sort of thing, hold it in my fingertips. Line up the shot. I'm going to twist the camera around because I don't want to get the banks in. And here we go. I think that's right. Boom. The focal length is what's excluding the riverbanks. Look at the difference between those two shots. In the first one we've got some beautiful colours. There is nothing bad, wicked or wrong about it. It is a lovely shot, but it's not really showing the leaf structure very much, is it? But when we go to the next one with the backlight, you see how it's just kind of bringing it to life. We're really seeing the vein structure, and I quite like the effect it's having on those little bits of autumnal colour happening right around the edge of the leaf. So if you're thinking of doing something semi-translucent, backlighting really is your friend. So I'm really intrigued to see what you come up with for this challenge. So there you go. That is one way in which you could interpret the theme Follow the Light by doing a backlit shot, but you don't have to. Backlighting is very powerful because it brings out all sorts of interesting things, particularly when you bring the shadow towards the camera. It does look very dramatic. Let's go take a little look at the pictures that I took, plus a couple of other things, because first I just want to show you this. This is from my Magical Mystery of Light webinar. The light behind the camera, it can make things look very flat. This is a sphere, but if you shoot at a different time of day with the light behind it, look, you've suddenly got a beautiful shape, a beautiful texture. The light is just wrapping around that and caressing it, and it's bringing that shape to life. What did we look at with Steffi? Well, the most obvious thing is, of course, the silhouette, and there's nothing wrong with the silhouette. You are very welcome to create a silhouette image. It could be a really great way of doing this. Backlighting, it puts rim light, doesn't it, and a highlight, a catch light in Steph's hair. We put her against this beach hut because it is about the same colour as her hair. It looks pretty good, but I also did a couple against a complementary colour, which also looks pretty good. Now that highlight's a little tiny bit burnt out. Had an issue with my camera. I couldn't get any of the data off the card, and luckily Steph, who used to work for Fuji, training Fuji reps on how Fuji cameras work, managed to get some stuff off by doing some clever things with the camera's Wi-Fi system, but I didn't have any rules to just fiddle about with that. Backlighting, when you front light something that's fragile, something that has translucency to it. Remember, you saw it in the video. This has got great colours, but it isn't showing much of the structure, whereas when you turn around the other way and backlight, suddenly it all comes to life. You begin to see a lot more details that you didn't see earlier. Another way you could be using backlight, or our theme of Follow the Light, would be to use the brightest part of an image to tell the viewer where to look. Yes, I know. Some of you are going to go, oh, that's all burnt out and horrible. Yes, it is burnt out, but you know what? It was burnt out to my eyes. I was there. It was blinding. If you look straight into the sun when there's a lot of humidity in the air, it is burnt out, and so is a load of sky around it. So that does not look unnatural. That is how it was. And if it was all filled in with detail in those bright areas, it would just look a little bit weird. Another way you could use light, follow the light, would be to frame someone with some light in a more structured way, such as this lady here. I shot this out in Burma, I think it was, on a workshop. But by framing, having that window behind her, by lining it up, by spotting the shot, you can kind of use the frame of light to draw the viewer in, because we often look at the brightest area of an image first. You could do a journey to the light, for example, such as this. We've got a little bit of a sunset, a bit of meander, a bit of a river going out, but you don't have to backlight. You really don't have to backlight. You could do it another way. Light is so incredibly versatile and powerful. Row of trees. They look a bit flat, they look a bit dull, and that's because the light is flat and dull. But if you just hang around for a while and hope that you get a little spotlight, a little bit of light coming through those clouds, pop, look at that, look how they have come to life. A house, same thing. Look, out on the lava fields on Lanzarote, it looks pretty flat and dull, but just a few moments later, there's a little spotlight of light, a little blue hole came across the sky and it lit up the little house. It looks wide awake. You could also use our theme of light to create, if you like, a compositional element, a diagonal element going on in the picture. If it weren't for that strong diagonal line, this picture wouldn't be anything like as strong. Also, the sun, the light is strong, it's hitting the chair. We know what the subject is, whether you like the picture or not, because it's certainly not to everyone's taste. It is a great way of doing this. So, Go and give it your best shot. Ways of interpreting the theme: follow the light, hashtag PLD Light. Photography Lockdown is basically free to join in, but we are supported by patrons, people who get so much value out of it and enjoy being around so much. They are supporting us with small, regular monthly donations. If that's you, I would please request that you do it. If you're someone who's been around a while and you haven't done so, please do, because every little helps keep this going. It takes a lot of work. Anyway, I look forward to seeing your entries. Please do not upload archived images. Shoot your images for the challenge. There's no point getting something off the hard drive from last year or the year before, because you are not stretching that creative muscle. And that is the whole point of this. It's to make you think. It's to make you doubt. It's to make you wonder, am I up to this? Will I be able to do this? Have I even got an idea? How on earth am I going to interpret this? I know, it hurts, but that is how you grow. No pain, no gain. This is how you increase your creativity, because creativity doesn't live in the camera. It lives in you. I really look forward to seeing your entries. Take care. See you later.